Why, if ever? Seriously, this is the best we could do as a species? Hello, everybody, and yes, this is the best we can do as a species. I'm Drew. This is Drew That Games, back with Drew That Games podcast, episode number 57. I hope I labeled that correctly. As I said, the best I could do. Hail Chunk in the chat, and joining me, as always, my co-host, the one and the only, the Nord with the big axe that takes out all the elves. It's Desert Nord.
Hey there.
The Dragonborn is joining us. Hail, Dragonborn.
Yeah, hail.
Yeah, we're here to, as you guys see in the thumbnail, check out Sony's State of Play today. So before we get into that, Nord, any thoughts or concerns of what you expect, what I might expect, and what the chat thinks of what's going on here?
Well, I'm sure you understand my expectations for Sony are pretty low, and they have been for a long time now.
Well, you do have a PS4 now, so
no, I know that, but still, it doesn't really change my opinion of them.
I never said it should. I'm just saying you have a way to play their shit.
But yeah, I don't know. I leave expectations pretty low, and I let them be surprising if they're good.
I don't know what they're showing here. I don't know what they're doing, so I have no expectations at all. I'm sure Chunk probably already saw it on Thursday. I was holding off for reacting to it here on this channel. So without any further ado, if anyone pops into the chat, we will greet them as they come. But until then, let's check out the State of Play for 2024 from what the hell day was Thursday? I can't remember at this point. That was still January, wasn't it?
No. Yesterday was the 1st. Yesterday was February 1st.
Okay, whatever
today is the 2nd.
date. How long ago was this? This was 2 days ago. Okay, so this was on Wednesday.
Okay, so that would have been the 31st, yeah.
Okay, so this was January then. Memory, it's hard.
So it would have been on Wednesday, not on Thursday.
Yeah. Let me send that to full screen here. Become a legend? In whose mind? I don't know what we're really looking at yet.
Sam, the teaser for Agent Safe Farm finally drops. No way. Where's it?
Fuck you, Google. Okay, Hell Dividers 2, I guess.
Hi everyone, I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, and I'm
Hold your horses, dude. I want to look at the information on that. Okay, so Helldivers 2 pre-order now, out February 8th. Available on PC and PS5. So on the 8th, what day is that? That's Thursday of this upcoming week. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be interesting. I mean, it is just a cinematic trailer, looks like, for the most part.
So, anyway, we were about to be talked at by some executive.
Hi everyone, I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, and I'm honored to present the first state of play of 2024. The first 3 years of PS5 have given us incredible stories, immersive worlds, and groundbreaking gameplay.
Wait, they replaced what's-his-face, right?
I guess so.
Okay. Well, that's an improvement already.
From PlayStation Studios and their partners. We've also expanded PlayStation Plus with new features including PS5 game streaming. And with PSVR 2 and PlayStation Portal, which released last November, we're committed to offering new and surprising ways for our audience to interact with their PS5. But none of this means anything without great games, like Helldivers 2, which kicks off a year of amazing experiences and diverse ways to play. Today, we're looking ahead to titles coming later this year and beyond, with extended gameplay and announcements we hope you find as exciting as we do here at PlayStation. Enjoy the show.
We'll be the judge of that, dude. Some kind of JRPG, I assume? Bro?
Yeah, it's
Shift up.
plausibly.
Welcome to the world.
So this is called Stellar Blade, I think.
So I guess that Shift Up is the studio, I guess.
Where a mysterious enemy called the Naytiba has forced the human race to flee to an off-world colony. Players will take control of Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad. Her mission is to save the planet by defeating
I'm gonna try not to pause as much as possible because this thing is like 43 minutes long. So
while most of the 7th Airborne Squad,
you might do the opposite at times. You might skip forward occasionally.
Yeah. 2 new companions.
If it's something that we're not really interested in even discussing,
make sure to stay cautious.
At that point,
it's where the Alpha Naytiba is.
So this must be Age 7. Lily, a member of the 5th Airborne Squad, provides engineering support.
So the 4th didn't do their job, I take it.
Your engineering support.
Yeah.
She puts her technical knowledge to use by upgrading Eve's equipment throughout the game.
Here, done.
Something does feel different.
Yeah, you can double jump now. Ooh.
This is Zion, a city built underneath the wasteland by the last human survivors on Earth.
A whole city underneath the wasteland.
Eve is called Angel.
A whole host of jokes just popped into my head that I should keep for the other channel.
They'll seem a bit wary at first, but will gradually loosen up as Eve shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
The guy looks like Mauler.
I see we have guests.
I can't believe the angel is here.
The survivors will sometimes ask Eve for help.
Please save my younger sister.
Wait right here.
So, Eve, what happened to Adam?
Their requests will often lead her to the wasteland in the Great Desert.
She must have canceled them.
So it's basically Borderlands with a different skin?
Yeah, a female skin.
Machines and robots.
I just meant the whole thing is a different skin.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
A supply camp. in a place like this? You'll occasionally find supply stations set up by previous airports.
Well, at least the female character looks like a female character, so that's a good thing,
props
right?
for them making the female character not ugly for once.
Yeah. So, I already approve so far.
It's a positive note.
Upgrade equipment and more.
No red flags triggered yet.
She can also take a well-deserved break to restore her health.
There's a good shot from Chunk.
And other non-human beings.
This is kind of like Nier Automata.
Whether to assist or ignore them is entirely up to the
I
player.
do not dispute that.
On her journey to defeat the Elder Natiba, Eve will sometimes encounter hostile survivors. Or
enter the radioactive beasts.
worse.
Kind of like wretches.
Yeah.
What are you going to do after you defeat the Alpha Natiba?
All airborne squad members exist for one sole purpose.
You mean the extinction of all Natibas, right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. It is not an easy fight.
It's fine. I can do this alone.
It won't be easy.
Angel. That's the unofficial name for members of the Eve Airborne Squad.
I can feel the hatred, but I cannot feel.
Well, I'm interested in this because,
find it, and I will make it.
as I said, no red flags, and it's coming to PS5, evidently, which I have one. It's just a matter of when this is coming. No, I'm not saying that this is at the top of my anticipated games list, but it's if I extend it out past like 10, this probably would be like 11 maybe. Oh, good. A StreamYard
You can skip it.
ad on fucking StreamYard. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't realize that we were streaming on StreamYard, folks. Oh, damn you, Google. And just a reminder to subscribe to the Drudak Games, you know, the channel you're watching right now, since we just had an ad for StreamYard. Here on StreamYard, god damn it. Scarlet Blade.
No, Stellar Blade. Like I said, Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, April 26th. Okay, well, that's not too far away.
안녕하세요.
Okay.
I was about to say, it sounded Japanese. It looked Japanese inspired for sure.
Yeah, well, Japanese
kidding.
games are actually doing good things as opposed to Western RPGs and shit like that, you know? Western RPGs are like Fable, beating women with the ugly or the male stick, ugly stick, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, in the Western RPG games, all of your females are now men.
Yeah,
basically.
But in JRPGs, the women are still women. Oh, it's Sonic.
Yeah, good old Sonic.
Yeah, I got Sonic Frontiers. I still got to start playing that.
Looks like a Sonic Adventure style game. Always love those.
There's two Sonics. Oh, there.
Yeah, you know Sonic's arch rival.
Oh no,
Shadow.
No.
Oh, you mean Little Sonic? Oh yeah, his little mini friend. Yeah.
So is that his son?
Well, I would have to assume so.
I didn't know Sonic had a son.
Yeah, well, everything happens that way.
So who's the mother?
Well, he had a female love interest, so.
Oh, okay.
That isn't so surprising.
Well, remember in one game he had a human love interest in one game.
Shadow Generations.
Sonic and Shadow Generations. Okay.
Yep.
What in the fuck? I saw a bear listening to a boombox. What in the 1995 is this?
Looks like another Japanese-inspired game.
This looks like this could be like a Hi-Fi Rush type thing.
Yeah. Again, Japanese inspiration, obviously.
Yeah, and females that look like females again, which is always a good thing. In development for PS5, I still don't know what that was. I guess we'll find out in the future. Beginning February 6th. So on Tuesday,
Isn't that Foam Party game? I think it's something foam. Yeah, foam fun.
for the Foam Party.
Yeah, Foam Stars. There you go. I knew it's Foam something.
The party begins on the 6th. Okay, so on Tuesday.
Yeah.
As a part... Wait, hold up. What did that say?
PlayStation Plus.
On PS4 and PS5 on February 6th as a part of PlayStation Plus monthly games. Oh yeah, that's right. I did see something about that because I got an email about it. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's going to be a PlayStation Plus game for February. At launch of it. So we're getting a launch game for free on both PlayStation systems. So there you go, bro. There's something for you to fuck around with me on PlayStation.
Yeah.
if you care to.
Well, I'm still hanging out on Xbox most of the time, so.
Yeah, I know that. Because I am too. So something is coming, all right? But what is it? Is it Godzilla?
Yeah, that looks like Godzilla.
Oh shit, it is Godzilla. I was fucking joking.
Dave the Diver, Godzilla.
Godzilla, okay.
Oh boy, Dave's in deep shit.
Yes, he is. And that Godzilla looks pissed. If this stream were on the other channel, I would have had a joke right there about why Godzilla is pissed. So, since we're on the gaming channel, I will just say Godzilla is pissed because he's sexually frustrated. Even though that's not what I actually believe.
Sam, the teaser for Agent Safe Ford
Another
finally
ad.
dropped. No way! What?
Fuck you guys. Rising. Coming 2024. What's Rising?
Yeah, definitely not my interest level.
Until I know what it is, I don't care.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. This next game is a result of
Sure
a
you
very
are.
close partnership with Konami and marks the return of a horror franchise that has been with us since the original PlayStation. Let's take a look at what's next for Silent Hill.
Okay, this is a big deal for Silent Hill fans. A very big
Yeah,
deal.
and possibly a massive disappointment. We shall see.
Well, as I said before, we'll be the judge of that. This is my channel.
Maybe I can be like her.
You see? You see what I'm talking about, bro? Silent Hill fans.
No, I know. No, I know. It's a massively popular thing.
Yep.
Here goes.
One of the original OG titles.
Yeah, for the original PlayStation, yeah.
Is this a dream? Who's there? What's with this place?
Cherry blossoms bloom within the grasp of death.
So a female, so I bet she's gay.
No, they'll definitely manage to stuff a lot of wokeness into it. You know they will.
Yeah, well, who's developing it? Is it still Konami?
Yeah, it said Konami. But Konami's not run by the same people anymore.
Oh, well, that's good, right?
Debatable.
Okay. I've been on the loop with Konami since they shit-canned, what's-his-face that made Death Stranding? Hideo.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. I've been on the loop with them since
Well,
they
sure, because they had a lot of
shit-canned
sycophants around Kojima.
Yeah.
He could do no wrong to those people.
That's what I'm thinking too, Chunk.
こんにちは。サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサー
Konnichiwa to
岡
you
本
too.
元井です
Shut up.
ご覧いただいたのはサイレントヒルザ・ショートメッセージという全く新しいサイレントヒルとなります。
Amazing they called the short message. Like what? The message? Like drinkers the
現代を
message?
舞台にしたサイコロジカルホラーをぜひ体験してください。
Shit.
それでは最後にこちらの映像をご覧
Chunk
くだ
says
さい。
it's free though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, yay, I guess.
He says it's downloadable now.
Yeah. Well, if it's trash, then it's free trash, and
So
still trash.
so some free downloadable woke shit. No, thank you. If I do that, it'll beat a shit on it. On stream only. Which, thank you for giving me the idea, Chunk. I'll ponder that. Even though I already got other shit to catch up on that came out recently already this year. And that's due to come out soon, too. Are they remaking an older one again?
Yeah, detecting remaster here.
Yeah. It looks like the original, maybe. I like Silent Hill 2 trailer, but I'm iffy on the combat. Looks like The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Ghost Story, huh? From the creator of BioShock. Okay, you have our attention. Because if you remember, bro, we saw BioShock announced at E3 all those years ago, and it did not interest us whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, we were horribly fucking wrong about it, weren't we?
Well, no, I mean, just because it didn't interest us doesn't mean it didn't end up being a landmark game. I mean, it was a landmark game.
I started playing it and I was wrong. It's a great game. It's something that I enjoy very much.
The cultural significance of it is what's really saved it from becoming an obscure title. Because, I mean, the gameplay is good and it's very memorable, and of course it's a landmark game. But that's all hindsight. So, I mean, it wasn't presented as well as it could have been. That's all that tells you.
A woman spray painting another woman's shirt while she's wearing it. Yeah, that's uncalled for.
Oh my god, you can't believe you spray painted me. I'm gonna die now.
Judas?
Looks like Cyberpunk, sort of.
Cyberpunk meets Bioshock meets
I don't know.
else.
It just looks like they copied Cyberpunk's homework, which is bad because Cyberpunk's homework was bad.
Yes, it was. It was a C at best.
Yeah.
Think of this fire as a beacon. It's warm.
And C- at worst.
Now,
Deep Silver. Okay. I'm familiar with them.
And step into the void.
Okay, it's a VR game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you.
I can't see my arms.
I can't see my legs or my dick.
Yeah.
Something that Chris Christie can say.
Oh my god, jump scares. Who could have guessed a VR game would have jump scares? It's Metro Awakening.
Yeah, well, it's Deep Silver. They do.
Well, everybody's familiar with Metro, so that's no shocker there.
Metro Exodus is really good in my opinion.
No, of course. Metro is another one of them landmark games that came out a long time at this point, a long time ago.
Well, now it's on VR too. Oh, good. Oh, good. A game about a big lady puking on you to kill you. That's nice. Just what we needed. Some more VR shit.
VR.
Let's
the problem with VR games is they always devolve into some really kick bullshit, honestly. If you've ever seen how some of the players play these games, they're really just joking around the whole time.
Yeah.
It's difficult to take VR games very seriously these days.
Because
it always just devolves into comedy.
Now into something meaningful. Dragon's Dogma 2.
The dragon will appear before you.
Which I actually have this pre-ordered for Xbox, so this is highly interesting to me. Especially since I still got to finish playing through the first one still. But that ought to surprise nobody that knows me. Bro?
Yep. There's that old Souls engine. You can see it.
Yeah.
This world might.
Hold fast to your strength of will, Arisen One. Those who can be of aid to you will reveal themselves in time.
Thy will, thy soul, these are all the means thou hast to carve thy path anew.
Yep, red meat for the fans of the series.
Yep.
Will avail you not, watching one.
March 22nd, so a little more than a month out
皆
still.
さんこんにちは、チーム忍者の安田です。ライズ・オブ・ザ・ローニンは自由な探索や幅広い戦闘を体験できるオープンワールドアクション RPG です。歴史上の人物たちと紡ぐ因縁によって物語が変化していきますので、ぜひ一人の浪人として
Historical samurai drama.
体験してください。
It's probably
オ
not
ープン
for
ワールドで
everybody.
描かれる幕末の世界をお楽しみください。
So this is a historical drama, huh? Samurai drama.
Yeah. Well, he
He's
did say
introducing
Ronin.
her. Yes.
本作の舞台の一つ、横浜です。19世紀幕末の時代、最初に国外に開かれた横浜では、和と洋が入り混じった独特の街並みが広がっています。
Oh, so Assassin's Creed Japan style.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking too. Well, this will be right up
Immediately getting
your
Assassin's
alley.
Creed vibes right now.
Well, this will be something for North done.
Did you see how he did that though?
Yeah.
Oh, right into a horse, huh? Wow, jeez.
And some of the combat is making me think of
Yes, that looks familiar too.
Ghost of Tsushima too.
Yeah.
So it's Ghost of Tsushima meets Assassin's Creed so far, which is not a bad comparison for both.
Wow, he kicked his ass. That was a cheap shot.
No, that was cool.
戦闘では日本刀や長槍以外にも海外からもたらされた短銃などさまざまな武器が使用できます。
No, that had to hurt.
発明家である伊賀七と因縁を深めるとさまざまなからくり装置を
I was just looking ahead to see what's next
トリビ
here.
砲は伊賀七が作ったからくりで
We got a PC port of a game that came out a long time ago for PlayStation Next.
トリビ砲や和洋折衷のアクションである銃剣など西洋の技術を生かした武器をうまく活用すれば標的にも打ち勝つことができるのでぜひマスターしてください。
Oh, and guns.
Yes, of course.
Well, it's the 1860s, so which means this was right around the time of the American Civil War then.
Rise of the Ronin で一人の浪人として運命を開いてください。
Oh yeah, yeah.
So do you still have references to the happenings of the Civil War in this game?
Well, I mean, you know, they probably don't reference anything outside of Japan. You got to remember that in that era, prior to the rise of Hirohito, they were very shut in and really only had regional conflicts.
I think it was just a fair question. Because it is set around the same time frame as that historical event.
I'm sure the American Civil War had very little bearing on Japan. It definitely has good styling.
Yeah. Forge Your Fate on March 22nd. So March is going to be a very busy month then, apparently. Oh, this is another fucking ad. I thought we were looking at a game.
No, we are, just not a game that's involved in this presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the PC port of an old PlayStation game that I remember playing on the PS4. Let me know if you recognize it, bro.
There are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
No, please!
The past is beyond our
Any
control.
guesses yet, bro?
You have to accept this in order to move forward.
Well, they're obviously trying to reference a bunch of things.
Everything you do, every decision you
Chunks
make,
got it in the chat, but then again, he already saw this.
Yeah, he did.
I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game.
Remember an interactive storytelling teen slasher movie on the PS4?
Hey, you mean Dead by Daylight? Yeah, Until Dawn. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did also like this game too when I got to play it, but the controls were clunky as fuck. Oh, and it's also coming to PS5 apparently. Okay. Here's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. Who makes good movies, but not games.
Yeah. It's obviously Death Stranding too. We can tell that from 100 miles away, huh, bro?
Yes, the old magical fetus situation.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you wear your shirt on too tight. You get the marks there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to pick at it, dude. It's not really helping.
And it looks like she's just covering her face with her hands the whole time.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got some of the icky on her.
You know. That's what happens when you operate on dead aliens. Oh, so now little probe robots are involved. Okay. On the ship.
You know, I think a lot of this is just Kojima's weirdness in his own mind.
Yes, it is. He has a very weird brain.
Come on, I'll help you get your bearings.
Man has strange fetishes and strange
I was gonna say this is probably an older version of Norman Reedus.
These rooms over here belong to other members.
Oh, of course it is. You can see that. It's Norman Reedus.
Pretty much the same as yours.
Yeah. I was about to say that till we saw his face. I'm like, well, never mind. We know it's him.
This is one hell of a ship you got.
Because I was going to say, I bet it's... Oh, never mind, it is.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian outfit. But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me. We've never met face to face. They value their privacy.
I wasn't here.
Seriously? No better than to believe that bullshit.
It's the same deal as America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another.
So we're going to another country
now. I want
now.
you to help us bring the world together.
As if this wasn't boring as hell the first time.
Would you mind if I joined you?
Yeah.
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes. Really, Sam? Your buttocks? I prefer the drivers.
Just in case you thought the game was going to take itself seriously.
Yeah.
Do you read me? You'll first need
Really, Sam, your butt? I would rather ride on your crotch.
After we've confirmed that.
He's lucky he didn't shove it in his ass.
Yeah.
The problem is, not everybody wants to be part of the
on the
UCA.
border.
That's not the plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders.
Oh, look, a 5,000-mile footpath run again with a baby.
Anyway, the
this time
DHG
it's
Major
with
is
a
here to back you
demonic
up.
puppet.
As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
Just what
Who's
I
your role
wanted.
in all this?
1,000-mile run
You're the
with a
commander.
demonic doll.
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only.
Sam! The teaser for Agent Safeguard finally dropped. No way! What?
Shut up.
You brought America together.
See, all I get from this idea of this game is that someone told Hideo Kojima that his game was good and he should make another one. That's a big mistake.
Humanity is still in danger.
I
Still
remember
on the
playing the
brink of
first one,
extinction.
and I was largely not impressed.
We should really not encourage him to do this shit, because he'll keep doing it. He'll keep making sequel after sequel of the same fucking
Especially
game.
within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running.
How much more of this is
So
there?
your friends and
Okay, good.
coworkers
It's
all
not a
went their
whole lot
separate
more.
ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after I closed up shop,
Okay, this is actually the last game that we'll be
one
seeing.
that
Then.
handles working regions.
Well, I think we've seen everything then. What's left to say about it?
Drawbridge.
Well, then let's fast forward to
With the
hearing from
support
Kojima
of
here.
Chiral Network.
But let's
and
see if
Impact.
there's a release date, though.
Sorrow.
So we know
It
what
was a
day to
hellhole.
work on. Haha.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal.
He's asking, should we have connected? Yeah, should we have ever played the first one? No, we should not have.
You and Lou first met.
Yeah, so I want to know the release date so I know what day that I absolutely have to go to work on. Okay, so it's not coming even this year.
2025. Oh, so you're
Okay.
going to have to wait for this boring-ass game.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to wait to be bored, everybody.
And now here with me today is visionary game creator and founder of Kojima Productions, Kojima-san.
Hi.
Welcome.
Kojima-san.
Today, I'm excited to announce that
Yeah.
as part of the PlayStation and Kojima Productions partnership, Hideo is going to take us on an exciting new adventure. One that I've been
Yeah,
encouraging.
no, don't. It's not new. It's not exciting. What is he talking
全
about?
く新しいオリジナルの IP になります。新世代のアクションエスピオナージゲームです。準備を始めてますけども、
Oh,
デ
it's
ストラン
that
ディング
secret
2
game
の後
that's
に
not
本格
Death
的に Kojima
Stranding
プロ
that
ダク
he
ショ
was
ンで
supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about something
兄
else.
さんと
Okay.
は、
Yeah.
もう30年にわたりエスピオナージものを一緒に育ててきたという強い経験もあります。またソニーさんは、ゲームだけではなく音楽も映画もされています。間違いなく強力なコラボレーションになるはずです。さらに2年後には僕の、ゲーム制作人生
In
の
2
40
years,
周
so
年を
in
迎えます。
2026.
このタイトルが、僕の集大成の作品になると確信をしています。
A new action espionage game by Hideo Kojima. This is one of my favorite genres, one that I've been hoping you would revisit with a bold new vision. Can you share anything else about this new development?
ですねまだ詳しくは言えませんけども、最先端のテクノロジーと、世界中の才能を集結して作る予定です。もちろんインタラクティブなゲームなんですけども、ルック、物語、テーマ、
He
キャス
he
ト、
means just a couple of his good
サウ
buddies.
ンド、どれをとっても、同時に映画でもあるようなものです。本作で、映画とゲームの壁を越えたいと思っています。
We're all really excited about this project, and we will fully support you with the latest innovation Sony has to offer. More details to come.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it'll be called Metal Gear Stranding.
Yeah, so he'll be working on a game in the vein of from the same genre as the Metal Gear series, then.
Well, that's what I'm assuming, but
That could be a good thing because the Metal Gear series people love. So
well, sure, but that's because it was done right. I mean, that's not to say he'll do it right.
yeah. So, any final thoughts on the first state of play of 2024?
Yeah, there's a couple of, intriguing possibilities there. I mean, all of those appear to be in the next couple of months. So there's a couple of things
Yeah.
that stick out. There's a lot of the Japanese-inspired stuff is where it's at. I mean, there continues to be cutting-edge stuff on the Japanese side. So
Yeah, the only thing that I'm most hyped from that is we really didn't even see much from other than a stylized trailer, which was Dragon's Dogma, which I'm already going to cover on the channel anyway. So
I mean, obviously, whatever that Until Dawn is, the remake there, or whatever that is.
That's PS5 and the
Yeah,
PC
yeah,
port
or
for
they're
that.
bringing it to the new consoles. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously that's interesting, but I mean,
Yeah.
Silent Hill too.
And then what? And then what? And that one Japanese game that caught our eye.
Yeah, Stellar Blade.
Yeah,
Yeah, Stellar Blade's like the
Stellar Blade.
highlight of the whole presentation for sure.
Yeah, as far as you and I are concerned.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like a good game. Japanese inspired. Good. Looks like a good main. Good story. Good gameplay, probably.
For others, might be Silent Hill 2, but as Nord and I said, there are red flags there that bother us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm always sus of like when there's looks like a bunch of woke females designed it and it's got a female lead and it looks like it's got a bunch of emo crap in it. Yeah, I'm always wary of that.
Yeah, but Japanese games usually don't like cause any concern for us because most of the time Japanese developers know what a female is.
Yeah, no, the Japanese development teams are still with it. They're still like leading the quality edge.
Yeah, they're still leading the gaming industry.
They still give a shit about giving gamers what they want to play.
Probably why Sony moved to California. I mean Los Angeles.
Well, they would say that they needed to find developer talent, but I don't think it has anything to do with developer talent. I think it has to do with them hunting for people who are woke so they can hire them.
Yeah. But then again, Microsoft isn't exactly anti-woke themselves either.
No, they're not, but none of the major developers that release games in the West are, shaking themselves out of it yet.
That's why I'm mostly interested these days in Japanese games that are translated to English so I can understand what the hell's being said. Or indie games.
Yeah.
And then occasionally a AAA game that I don't see red flags from, which is kind of rare anymore.
So, I mean, I guess overall, the Sony State of Plays, it was okay. I mean...
Yeah, I would say, like, that's a C.
Yeah.
Maybe a C+. That was not
It's a
bad.
5 out of 10. Pretty safe to say.
Yeah. That presentation didn't irritate me in any way. It also didn't leave me going, yes, I'm so glad to have a PS5 now. Because anything that I'm most interested in that, I'm already going to play on Xbox. Outside of the one Japanese game, which I don't think will be on Xbox, so I got to play it on the PS5 then. And that's the reason to have a PS5, to play games that are not available on other platforms. Same thing goes for having a Switch or an Xbox, to play games that are on those platforms that aren't available either at launch or at all on the other systems, right?
Yep.
Exclusives sell platforms. I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but it's true.
Yeah.
Just saying. So any last minute thoughts? Oh, before we get to the topic that you want to talk about before we get out of here, which I almost forgot about.
No, I've said my piece on that particular presentation. It's okay.
So,
I mean, there's some interesting stuff here and there. But...
So, guys, we're going to get into, I guess, the unofficial is it worth it, but I guess it is, and is it worth it just the same, to wrap up this stream for Assassin's Creed Mirage, which Desert Nord has played all the way through now.
Yeah.
So take it away. The floor is yours for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Is it worth it?
Yeah, so the first thing I would say about it is that for people who are familiar with Assassin's Creed, the game, right off the bat, really tries to recapture the essentially the whole environment of the first game, for really like down to the core of its being. It's trying to be the original game as much as it can.
How close does it come?
Well, here's the thing that you won't find in the game. you won't find frustratingly difficult collectibles. They took out that whole flags concept, right? Or feathers or whatever it was.
I remember how frustrating that was for you in watching you try to do that.
They made I would say they made it an easier game to play. Because
which could be good or bad.
Well, first of all, okay, so you play as this character called Basim, right? He starts off, and by the way, the whole thing takes place in the 7th century Baghdad and the surrounding areas.
Okay.
You play as Basim. He starts off as a street thief, like just a guy who's living in Bagram, which is just to the northwest of Baghdad, and he's got nothing going for him. He dreams of, he has aspirations and all that, but he's essentially an errand boy for the Hidden Ones. Well, the Hidden Ones are the assassins. That's the Assassin's Guild. And he gets at some point in trouble, right? Because him and his compatriot, his female counterpart, in the story, decide to break into the palace of the Khalifa, which is the caliphate's leader of the area.
Yeah.
And they encounter the Order of the Ancients, which is a conspiracy of 5 heads of, like, they wear masks and they're very mysterious and they're all seeking like ancient, like relics, artifacts, whatever. It's not clear at first what they're seeking or what it is that they have or what they know or why they're doing what they're doing, but they appear to be like more powerful than the Khalifa. So they're kind of like, right off the bat, they're the bad guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you spend the rest of the game after that encounter and that whole situation dealing with the aftermath of what happens. You get caught by the Khalifa, you have to escape, you accidentally kill the Khalifa, which is, he gets killed by Basim. And that's a huge
spoiler warning up front, folks.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is spoilers, just in case anyone was worried.
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole thing plays out. All of his family and everybody that's associated with him, except for his female counterpart, they all get killed because just by association, they're all executed. And he's forced to flee with only the Hidden Ones that he's made associates with. Leader of which is named Roshan. Okay. There's one thing about this game that bothers me to front to back, absolutely, the whole time I was playing it. And it's that this Roshan character is voiced by a 72-year-old Iranian actress who sounds horrible. I mean, her voice is terrible. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Honestly, it sounds like she's dying. It's her voice is terrible. The character Roshan is kind of an annoying character also, in the sense that she's like holding Basim at like arm's length the whole time, not telling him things, keeping things from him. There's foreshadowing about like him not being able to trust anyone. She even tells him, don't trust anyone. Okay. So there's a lot of predictability in all this. And long story short, he basically goes from assassination to assassination, figuring out this whole conspiracy involving the Order of the Ancients and knocking them out one by one by one. And he gets to the final one, the head of the snake, so to speak, and he he basically gets told to stop trusting Roshan. And so by the end of the story, he's discovered this, like, just like in the other Assassin's Creed things, it all links back to Desmond Miles and the Abstergo and all of that. It all links back in again, which is kind of annoying, because the Desmond Miles half of Assassin's Creed was never the best part of it.
So how's the gameplay in it?
The gameplay in it is the absolute best part of the whole game.
Okay.
If you like Assassin's Creed, especially the first one, and you liked how kind of enthralling the whole environment is, and your interactability with it, and how you can duck and dodge and jump over buildings and hide in places and do all the normal Assassin's Creed stuff. It's perfect for that. The game is beautiful. Visually, it's beautiful. But it's also good in terms of gameplay. The gameplay is perfect. It's exactly what fans would have wanted from an Assassin's Creed game. Again, the hitches are that the storyline, and this is actually kind of what took the game, I think, probably 3 or 4 points down for me. And it's the finale, okay, where you're basically left with like this revelation that Roshan is related to Altair. That's the first thing.
Okay, well, all of the assassins were supposed to be related to Desmond, right?
Well, at least some of them. Yeah. We don't know what Basim's relation to any of the other characters is, other than the fact that he obviously must be related because it all links back to Desmond Miles. So, I mean, you assume that, but there's no other reference other than obviously this whole thing relates back to Desmond Miles and Abstergo again. But anyway, they didn't focus on that as much. They left all of that to the side. What they focused on was the historical drama involving the story that went on then. The one thing I think I would let people know, just, because they might not realize it playing a game like this, the game focuses way, way more on Islam. Like, way more than the first one. Like, it makes it very clear your character is Islamic. He's living in an Islamic place, ruled by Islam, ruled by its laws, its culture, everything. Like, they're not shy about, like, all of that. It's like a crash course. The whole game, especially the codex aspect of it, which is like the information database part, it's like a crash course in Islam. Like, if you wanted to find out about 7th century Baghdad and all of the goings on that actually went on there, and all of how it relates to Islam and how Islam governed the area and how the Khalifa functioned and how Islam's tenets all applied to the law and commerce and everything. It's like a crash course in 7th century Islam.
So then let's run it through the rating system then. Are you down for that?
Which, for someone who's not Islamic, is actually slightly annoying.
Right.
Because it's kind of like, it's okay, if you can imagine, like, some of us have like maybe a middle opinion or maybe even a low opinion of Islam. Just offhand, maybe. Right. The game has a very, very high opinion. A very, very high pedestal for Islam. And it's slightly disturbing because it sugarcoats a lot of what can't really be sugarcoated.
So let's run it through the rating system. So on a scale of 0 to 10, what would you give the direction of the game?
I appreciate it. I believe it is a good entry in the series, and people should play it. I believe it is above average in terms of direction, for sure. So maybe a 7, 8 even.
7?
Yeah, 7's fair.
Okay. I was on a scale of 0 to 10 for the gameplay.
The gameplay is a 10. Absolutely. If you like Assassin's Creed, it's a 10 for gameplay.
All right. The character model.
There wasn't anything really wrong with any of them. I mean, except for the fact that I kind of... the problem is all around Roshan. I think Roshan was done all wrong. The assassins are done perfectly in every other way. Like, the character models are beautiful. Especially with the Sands of Time, the Prince of Persia references they put in the game are pretty cool, actually. And I really appreciated that they paid homage to Prince of Persia with the game. There's a lot of homages to it in there.
Now you see a traffic report on the bottom left of my computer. There's an accident on I-10 West. Okay, thank you for that. So on a scale of 0 to 10, the character model.
The character models are. I would give it an 8.
Okay. The art in the game.
The art is a 10, for sure. It's beautiful. It can't be done. That game in that setting, that story cannot be done better visually.
Sound effects.
That one's probably a 9. There's some things here and there that could be better, but I really, really, really do appreciate the environment and the sounds, and especially like the way, like you remember in the first game or in a lot of the other games that you've played Assassin's Creed, where there's like chatter and there's like random NPCs saying things and horse noises and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But in like the Brotherhood series, like the Ezio part of it, in Italy, it wasn't done as well. It was done well for the time, but it doesn't stand up when you compare it now. So this one was way better in that regard. I would say it's very immersive in that regard. The sounds in the game are very realistic and very, very immersive.
So the music
was good too. Really, I think the music is for sure a 10. It's historically accurate. It puts you into the story. It really does.
Okay, speaking of story, the story or the narrative?
If I had not played it all the way to the end, I would have probably given it an 8 or a 9. But because I did play it all the way to the end, I have to probably give it a 4. Because I really didn't like how the ending happened. Okay. I really didn't like the twist at the end. The last segment of gameplay in the story, I hated that shit. I would have written it completely differently. So the story for me gets a 4.
All right, the servers, because everything has to be connected online these days, right?
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with that at all. It may not even apply for me. I know there's a multiplayer online aspect to the game, but I didn't really bother with that part too much. So I don't.
Okay, so we won't even.
I would give it a not applicable because I didn't play that part.
Okay. The microtransactions, are there any in it?
No, I didn't need to pay for a thing other than the game.
Okay. Well, you didn't even pay for that.
No, you know what I mean.
I know.
You wouldn't need to pay for anything other than the game to play the game cover to cover.
Okay. The animations in the game?
They were probably an 8 or a 9. Probably 9 is a safe number because it was very good.
8 then?
Yeah, 8's fine. 8.5 even if you do halves.
Okay, so NA for multiplayer then. Graphics.
Yeah, the graphics are a 9 or a 10 even. Maybe I go with 9. Solid 9.
Okay. So replay value 0 to 10.
I'm never gonna probably play it again. So that would be 0.
Okay.
I don't think I'd ever have to play it again. But they did. I have to give them credit. They did put in a function to where it's sort of like a what would you call it?
New Game Plus.
Yeah, they put in a New Game Plus system for the game. So it'd be unfair for me to give it a 0, really, because they tried their best.
A 2.
But yeah, I'm not going to be playing it over again. So
a 2 then.
Yeah, 2.
So innovation, as far as its legacy of Assassin's Creed games, in comparison.
Yeah, not that high in innovation. Maybe a 5 at best.
Okay.
It's not innovative. It's just like the first game, but a little bit better in some ways.
Okay, AI programming.
I didn't see any problems with the NPCs. I mean, the NPCs in the game seem very well done. So
okay. So 0 to 10.
Probably an 8. I don't see too much improvement in that regard that could be had.
Physics rating.
Physics is marvelous. It's really really good in terms of physics.
What would be the score?
A 9.
Okay. And finally, bugs.
Bugs. Well, there was a handful, so I mean, it's not a bad thing. It'd be like a 7 out of 10.
All right, let me just crunch all the numbers then that we have here. So, for Assassin's Creed fans, is it worth it?
Well, for me.
Well, look, let me ask it this way. For fans of the newer Assassin's Creed games like Valhalla, is it worth it? For those that like those games.
I personally believe that it is an improvement over anything they were doing recently. But that's because of how good the first game was and how much this game tries to emulate it.
So, for those that are was your answer for those who prefer the open world Assassin's Creed RPG type games? Is it worth it for them to buy and play? Do you think they will like it?
If they very much enjoy the Assassin's Creed gameplay style of sneaking around and assassinating targets and hiding and fighting guards and collecting, basically collecting things and building up character and doing the cool storyline of the assassins, it's all good for that. That's all good stuff. They're going to love it for that. If they want it to feel like something new, or they want to feel like it progresses the storyline of Assassin's Creed, it really doesn't. The storyline is one of its weakest parts.
Okay, so are you saying, because the question you still yet to answer, is it worth it for newer Assassin's Creed fans? Yes or no?
Well, I would say in a lot of ways it pales. So, I mean, it pales in comparison to those newer titles from Assassin's Creed.
So then no, it's not.
If this game is for people who played the first game, if you did not play the first game,
that would be the other question. Is it worth it for old school Assassin's Creed fans?
For people who are okay, so let me answer your question. For people that are fans of the newer titles, no, they're not going to like it. They're probably not going to like it that much.
Okay.
But for fans of the first game, they're probably going to like it.
Okay. So there's no grind like in the newer games, which annoys me, even though I like open world RPGs.
I completed the game in 10 days.
Okay, yeah, that's a traditional single player type game then.
It's not grindy at all, I would say.
Okay, so for those that miss that type of thing like me, it would be right up my alley then, right?
Yeah, no, I would say there's almost no grinding going on in the game. You have to find things, and you have to go looking for things, and there's a certain right way to play it and wrong way to play it. There's an order of operations, and you should at times take yourself aside from the storyline and do some side stuff, but it's not grindy. It really isn't grindy.
The the eraser in my pencil fell out. I almost lost my I guess it's not lead. I guess it's whatever the hell this stuff is.
Because there's not a lot of collectibles in the game, I'd say it's probably one of the least grindy Assassin's Creed games I've ever played.
So, do you want to know what the overall out of 10 that you're giving it officially is then?
Sure. What is it?
Do you want to take a guess?
Well, I would assume it'd be somewhere between 7 and 8.
You are exactly right. It's 7.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair. Which is by the standards that I go by on the channel, that would have made it a nominee for. Wait, it came out last year, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, then that would have made it a nominee for Game of the Year then. at that
Well,
point.
I guess that just tells you how little talent there was in the gaming industry in 2023.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But given the fact that we did a review for it, we will probably have to consider it for 2024 then.
Yeah,
right?
we could do that. I mean, you know.
Which I think that's what we will do. So we got our first Game of the Year nominee for this year, even though it came out at the end of last year, but we didn't get to review it until now because
the one thing I did want to mention that I didn't mention when I was talking about the storyline, the reason I did not like the storyline at the end, I liked the storyline up to the end, but at the end I hated it. The reason I hated it was because the Mirage in the title of the game, the Mirage is his friend. They're not real.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's mentally ill. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hated that. I hated how that turned. He has an imaginary friend.
Yeah, I got that.
And I hated that. I would never, I'd never have that twist in the game.
That explains why you gave the rating of what you did for the story, then.
Mm-hmm.
4 out of 10.
Very good until the end.
Yeah. So, that's the official review for Assassin's Creed Mirage finally here on the channel. It's a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I would you say that Skyrim's writing is better than that?
I've never seen a Assassin's Creed game with a worse story.
Yeah. Even the first one is better. The original from 2008
Yeah, no, because at least
or
there's
whatever it
betrayal,
was.
and you know, you go back to Al Malim and you have to fight your master, and he betrayed you, and all this other stuff. That's compelling.
Yeah.
You do some of that in Mirage, but the fact that it has no meaning, it has no weight. You're like, who even is Roshan? What is her significance? You don't know, and you're just like, okay, so her last name is Ibn La Ahad, so you know she's related to Altair, but they don't tell you how, so you don't know. You're like, okay, her last name is Ibn La Ahad, so okay, that tells me there's Altair involved. But again, you're left wondering. You're really just left wondering.
Yeah. So on that note,
you don't know if that seems significance either. You don't know what his place is, other than, oh well, he's just the main character. That's his significance.
Yeah. So is Assassin's Creed worth it? If you're a fan of the originals, yes. If you're a fan of the modern games and don't like the originals, go bleep yourself.
And also, if you're a fan of Prince of Persia, you'll enjoy this game a lot too.
That's fair too.
It has a lot of references to it.
So on that note, thank you, Chunk the Punk, for being here earlier. Like I showed this earlier. Thank you for being her brother, even though I don't see anybody's watching us now. For those that will watch later, thank you for doing so. While you're here, consider hitting the like. It would help us out. It would let us know that we're on the right path of what we're doing here on the channel. And while you're here, if you want to see more or hear more of us on the Drew Deck Games podcast, since back to the original channel name, so back to the original name of our gaming discussion streams and reactions to things like PlayStation showcases, Xbox showcases, Nintendo Switch, Treehouse, whatever the hell they do. I think it's called Nintendo Direct or something, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And things of that nature. And otherwise, gaming discussions, you may want to consider subscribing. Also, go check out the Rumble channel, the sister channel of this one over there, where past videos and streams do eventually make their way over there when I remember to do it. And also, tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. General Mountain Time, we will be live here on this channel once again, celebrating 10 years of this channel existing.
Yep.
And what we intend to do for that is just go back and watch all my old shit. because it's celebrating the fact that the channel exists,
Yep.
And also, if there's anyone in the chat, you guys can suggest what of my old videos here on this very channel, which we watch and make fun of at that point. But beyond that, on Tuesday, I'll be doing a reaction to something from Dan Vasc, his band Fearless, and one of their songs, as requested by the comments on the second channel. That's Drew.Underground on YouTube. You can also go follow the Rumble equivalent of that channel as well, Drew.Underground over on Rumble. I'm also on Twitter as @dat_Drew. You can find me on PSN, PlayStation Network, that is, Xbox Live, and Nintendo Switch as Drew.Games. Where can everybody find you, Nord?
Yeah, well, YouTube, obviously. That's the big one.
Yeah.
And then also on Twitter.
Yeah, as
at Desert Nord.
Desert Nord as well.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the main two, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
on other things, but that's mainly that.
Yeah, but the other things are mainly your political shtick, which we go over on the other channel.
Now, there is one thing I did want to mention. We have to go over at some point soon, I guess.
What's that?
Is the uproar over Pal World that just came out.
Yes, I intend on streaming playing that very soon. Hopefully this weekend at some point.
Yeah, I've played a bunch of it already.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to be getting into it because a Pokemon knockoff with guns. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have a lot to say about the game too.
Which we will save that for a future episode of this, in which we go over some of the gameplay that I'll hopefully have by then.
Yeah.
But until then, I'll see you guys over on Twitch for some Pal Worlds soon, hopefully, which will make its way over to this channel like usual about a day later. And as I said, we'll be back tomorrow to celebrate 10 years of this channel existing and watch my very first video, and among others, and also the Fearless reaction to which is Dan Vasc's band, as you guys want me to check out on my reaction channel, Drew.Underground, which it's essentially a reaction channel now, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, because it's pretty much all I do anymore. Is we haven't done a Breaking Rocks since Minnesota.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll get back to it.
Yeah, well, a lot has happened, but maybe we'll wind up getting to that to go over the 2024 election, but we'll see.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing this year.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, enough with the rambling. Thank you, Chunk, for being here. Thank you, Nord, as always.
Yep.
Thank you to all of you that will watch this later. May the Force be with you. Fuck Naughty Dog. Fuck Insomniac now, too. And I will see you guys in that underground. Later.
Yep. See you guys.